What's up, guys? Rob here, and welcome back to Red Bull Rising. We are into episode 18 today. It's the start of season 3, and as you can see, you join us on the transfer history page. And we have had a very, very busy window, both ins and outs. We're going to have a bit of a recap of that, and then we have a massive game in our third attempt of getting the Champions League trophy. Obviously, the disappointment of the Champions League final last season, but we start off with a group game against PSG to start the season. Not going to be the easiest one, but let's get through these transfers first. So, as you can see, we brought in a couple of players that are quite familiar names. Konate we've actually signed back from Liverpool after a couple of seasons at Liverpool from Leipzig. We wanted him back. We needed a bit of centre-back depth, and we also needed to fill some quotas for the Champions League squad. So he ticked a lot of boxes for us, trained at club, trained in nation, all of those sort of things. So he's not necessarily going to be a starter for us. He's still only 25, I think 24, so he's still quite young. He's more valuable for us for registering players for squads and stuff. So he's in there. Weston McKennie has come in as a midfield option. A very, very good all-round player. Signed him from Juventus on a relatively good deal, I thought, at £23 million. So he's in. Sindre Bing is actually, he's only 16 years old. So he's in our under-23s or under-18 squad at the moment. He has an absolute shed load of potential as an attacking midfielder. And with people like Dominic and Almada both looking at possibly moving on in the near future, we need someone coming through to replace those players. And in all honesty, at £6 million, a bit of a steal. Our biggest, well, almost our biggest sign of the year. This was sort of an early sign-in. We needed a new right-back. Pedro Porro has come in, 24 years old. Absolutely phenomenal right-back. Obviously replacing Mukiele in the side. And he started the season very strong. We then brought in Tanguy Nianzou, another centre-back. This guy's a very solid player. Very young, fills some more quotas as well. He's on a massive wage is the only problem with him, but he looks like being a very good centre-back. So we've now got very, very good depth at centre-back with Nianzou, Konate, Papetti and Kaiki all still in the squad. Nusa is one that we agreed quite early on. This guy, another one for the future. We've actually loaned him back to Club Bruges for the time being. He wouldn't get much game time with us at the moment, so sent him back, keep him developing. We'll bring him back next season and see where he goes from there. And then this one was a bit of a deadline day splash. He started well, but I don't know how to feel about it yet. João Pedro, 21-year-old Brazilian from Watford for £50 million. It's an expensive one. He scored 3 goals already in 2 games, so I can't complain. And he looks really just a very solid striker. I like the look of him. We were a bit concerned that Silva was going to leave, so it's a bit of a panic in terms of that. And when you look on the outs, we actually sold Sorloth to Zenit St. Petersburg for 25 million. Gvardiol and Olmo both went. We were expecting those two, to be honest. We managed to recoup some decent fees for them. Mukiele left on a free. Disappointing, but there's not much we could do about it. And then we sold Tyler Adams to Leicester for 30 million. I was a bit torn on this one, but then picking up McKennie for 23 million, I can't help feeling we got the better American out of that trade. Us picking up McKennie, only 25 years old, so still plenty ahead of him, for 20 million. Couple more big sales. Nkunku went for 34 million. He was barely playing for us, so that one made sense. Caden Clark was a youngster we let go, or sold anyway. He's a long way off the standard of where we need to be to win the Champions League. And then Tom Krause, he's a solid centre mid. He wasn't really playing for us, and I couldn't really turn down £14 million for him. I think we included an option to buy him back in the future, but he is gone now. So we've been very active in the transfer window. All in all, that leaves us with a very, very solid squad, to be honest with you. Declan Rice, obviously the main man in midfield. Defensively, it's been Sakir in goal, Porro, Papetti and Kaiki in the centre-backs. Brandon Williams has been injured. He's coming back in probably the next 2 games or so. So he'll be back in, strengthening up that left-hand side. But Henriks is perfectly serviceable there at the moment. Midfield has been a combination of these 3 guys. A bit of McKennie in there as well. And Blanco in occasional games, but not many. He's probably one that's just being kept around for depth at this point. Attacking midfielder, we've got Dominic and Almada swapping in and out, so very, very strong there. And then up front, we have 4 top quality options now. Just in the main squad, you have Martial, Cole Palmer, Andre Silva, João Pedro, a top quality set of strikers, and we've still got people like Brian Brobby on the bench, who is not a bad backup really. Not going to get loads of game time, but if we have an injury crisis, he will be able to step in for us. So that is how the squad looks for this season. If we take a quick look at the competition so far, we've played 4 games in the league, won 3, drawn 1, so we're in a decent position there. The usual names up there, Bayern, Dortmund in there, a couple of different ones in Hoffenheim and Wolfsburg, but I would expect it to shake out to being us, Bayern and Dortmund by the end of the season. But the focus today is on that Champions League, so we are going to jump into the game against PSG and see if we can start our campaign off with a massive win. Here we go then, we are back, ready for this massive Champions League clash. Home game against PSG. Teams are on the screen. I haven't actually looked at PSG's squad. They've got Haaland, they've got Wijnaldum, Ramos still playing, Kimpembe there. No Mbappe, no Neymar. Interesting. Obviously Haaland is their main threat. I thought he was at Man City last season. I'm not sure, but we will find out. Let's see what we can do here. We're going to go positive right from the start. Try and impose ourselves on them here. Just going to stretch that out a bit. There we go. Pedro Porro on the right-hand side with a throw in them. Into Andre Silva. Mariba getting forwards for us. Gets the ball into the box. Back out to Rice. Rice from range. Ooh. Rice from range with a fantastic strike there. Good to see that menu stayed dragged out. Anyway, we'll leave it like that. That's fine. 15 minutes gone. Only the one highlight so far. A strike from distance. Not much happening. It would be a massive result to get a win against PSG early on. Puts us in great position in the Champions League group if we can do it. Andre Silva into Mariba. The same 3 players linking up over again. Rice again then. Into Ravella. Let's see some different names. João Pedro into Andre Silva. Oh, he's probably got to finish that, to be honest. At least hit the target. Got to hit the target from there. We are on top here though. Looking at the stats, we're doing alright here. We're doing alright. PSG haven't got many names on the bench looking down at it. I was expecting to see some big names on there. Darwin Núñez seems to be about the only one on there. 40 minutes gone, heading towards half time, and it's really not been many highlights, he says, as a highlight pops up. Porro nips in, nicks it. Gets down the right flank, whips the ball across, falls to João Pedro, and I've got no idea what's happened there. Dominic whips the ball in though. Out to Porro. There's no highlight. I have absolutely no idea what's just happened there. It looked like Pedro missed a sitter, but we ended up with a corner. I don't know. If we can get a goal and make us favourites, come on boys, a big second half needed here. We won't take too long to make some changes if needed here. We've obviously got some firepower on the bench. We've got Martial on the bench. We've got Cole Palmer on the bench. As PSG come forward for what is their first real attack, and it's been snuffed out by Porro again. João Pedro coming forwards. Playing some nice football. Oh, Kimpembe does well there to knock it back to Donnarumma. Donnarumma, an unbelievable keeper on this game. Serious keeper. But Sakir is just as good. He is just as good. PSG with a bit of possession here. I'm not a huge fan of this. I'd quite like us to nick the ball off them here. Don't let them string too many passes together. Haaland's in behind. He looked miles offside. VAR's going to check it. If that is onside, I am amazed. Yeah, there we go. Goal disallowed. It is a warning of what can happen though. Let's see how far. Oh, he's miles off. Absolutely miles off. It is a warning though. We cannot let Haaland have space in behind because he will clinically finish it. Porro with a terrible throw in. Here is Haaland in behind. It's a good save. No, just wide of the post. That is poor defending, that. We're going to take Dominic off, and Almada's going to come on at centre attack in mid. Going to bring Williams on. He should be able to get through the last 30 minutes of the game. I feel like we need a bit more strength down that side. He will be able to offer us more going forward. We're going to encourage the entire team. It's still a draw, still a positive result, to be honest. Anything other than a loss against these boys. Mariba also looking tired. That's a good save. No, off the upright. We're going to bring McKennie on for... Yeah, McKennie on the right-hand side for Mariba. Try and keep these players fit. Ravella's just got tired as well. But about 10 minutes to go. I'm quite happy to play for a draw. I'm going to praise the team. They're doing well. They're doing well. Here we go then. Can we make something happen? It's not going to be a great game for the neutral for the series here, unless we can get a late goal. As the ball's played forward, McKennie picks up the loose ball. João Pedro's in behind. Pedro lobs the keeper, and there we go. 1-0 up. What a fantastic bit of football that was. Out of nothing really there. Poor clearance from Kimpembe. Lovely ball through from McKennie though. And an excellent dinked finish. Here's the poor clearance. McKennie first time into Pedro. Dinks the keeper and away we go. We are 1-0 up. 5 minutes to go. It's time to go a bit more cautious here. Time for a bit of time wasting as well. Slightly lower tempo. 5 minutes to go. Can we see out this game and take a massive result in the first Champions League game of the season? It's a throw in. Surely this is just going to be the final whistle. Is it not? Oh no, not like this. Not like this. Not like this. Oh no. It's a disaster. I mean, we're still gonna get a draw out of it, but that is heartbreaking. In the 96th minute. We were only supposed to play 95 and we've conceded in the 96th minute. Disappointing that we didn't win there. They've reacted well to that. Oh dear. Surprise, yeah, I'm livid. I am livid. We won't concede like that again though. It's a poor mistake. Atalanta, with a 2-0 win to put themselves top of the group. It's not an easy group. Anderlecht are obviously the weak side in this group. But Atalanta could put up a fight for us. So, João Pedro injured. That's only a couple of days. That's fine. That's fine. So that is where we're going to leave it for today. Champions League draw against PSG. We're going to play through some games. I don't know when we'll come back next. Maybe that Bayern Munich game there, depending on how the league's going. Maybe Wolfsburg even. They could still be up the top of the table. So if they're up there, we will come back for that Wolfsburg game. But if you're enjoying the series so far, obviously 18 episodes in now. So keep smashing that like button, subscribe to the channel. Support so far has been amazing. And I will see you all next time.